was a Majum, what was it, Panya Kudam or something like that. I forgot. It is Panya Kudam. To the elders and crosses a great millstone, the ruins as well. It's a young brother here, and today we're just going to go into a few topics. Slovakia, haven't really been out to camp as of late. Was camping with a few brothers for some time. We just had a falling out, and we stopped camping together. So now I'm out here by myself. I think the tripod will actually be better if I move it over here. It should pick me up better. Oh shit. Tripod's better right here. So yeah, so we basically had a bit of a falling out. And so I don't camp with those brothers anymore. I camp by myself. And besides that, the reason why I wasn't able to really camp like that was because I didn't have a sign or anything, and I don't really have the exact funds, so to speak, to be able to afford one, to afford a new sign and things like that. So yeah, so let's go into some precepts. So let's see here. This is Infowars.com. I'll speak on this one first. WEF calls for New World Order, what globalists are planning, and Davos exposed. Okay. Oh, this is just a fucking video. But the fact of the matter is, during the Davos meeting, as of recently, that has come up. The idea of a new world order. Let's see here, Davos, new world order. Because this has come up in the news again. It's something that they throw out from time to time. All right. Oh, here we go. Newsweek. So this is Newsweek.com. So, New World Order remarks at Davos sparked flood of conspiracy theories. Remarks by Pakistani's Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari at Davos about the New World Order have sparked a deluge of conspiracy theories online. Friday marked the last day of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, where billionaires, politicians, and business leaders and celebrities congregate in the Swiss Alps to discuss climate changes or global changes. The annual, I'm just making sure there's enough space for people. The annual summit is a playground for the global elite and is therefore ripe with conspiracy theories. Zardari was speaking on a panel on Friday entitled A New Helsinki, in reference to the Helsinki Act of 1975, a major diplomatic agreement signed during the definite Détente eras between 35 countries agreeing on issues including sovereign equality, peaceful settlement of disputes, and territorial integrity. Zardari is the youngest foreign minister in Pakistan's history. All right, so let's look at. I think Pakistan is Iran. Is Iran? Okay. So, give me a quick second. We'll pull this up. So yeah, so Iran, Pakistan. Is Iran part of Pakistan? Yeah, they're basically the same people so far as I see. Military, foreign affairs. Pakistan-Iran bilateral relations are rooted in historical linkages and based on religious, linguistic, and cultural languages and spiritual affiliation. So they're right next to each other. I'm pretty sure they're the same people. So these are Elam. The panel is intended to work out how countries can cooperate can cooperate and contain tensions even in a factious and fluid geopolitical situation. Here at WF, there's a lot of discussion about what the New World Order will be, or how, even in the context of a new Helsinki. How do we work towards that new normative international order that allows to address our differences and disputes as the civilized world, as Dari said. Albeit perhaps we are at the moment, we are in such a hyper-partisan, hyper-polarized time that we're not going to be able to form that new Helsinki today. But I hope going forward that we must form and improve our normative international institutional order internationally, so that we can address these complaints. So basically, he's calling for international order to control the world. And this is something that we've been talking about for years. We've been talking about how they want to create an international order to basically control the world. And really, it all started with that NATO and the EU. So we can start out with that and get that precept first. All the world wonders after the beast opened his mouth. I don't really have any precepts prepared here, so we could start out at Revelation 13:1. I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, which is NATO and EU, and upon his horn 10 crowns, is upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, because Edomite rulership started with the Greek Empire, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, because that will be the end of the NATO and EU American revived Roman Empire, right? Kind of empire, America, NATO, and EU, because Russia is gonna, be the one to take America down with nukes and whoop their ass along with their allies. Ezekiel 38. His mouth was the mouth of a lion, right? And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and his great authority. I believe the lion represents Great Britain. So let's go to my favorite website. So you guys all know my favorite website is the King James. And let's go here to Revelation 13. So you all know, a website created by the brother. I just want a quick little reminder, because I haven't gone into this one in a minute. I've been really just focusing on doing GMS homework. Yeah, so the mouth of the lion is Great Britain, and I think they actually have a monument of a lion in Britain itself. So that's how you can easily prove that. Okay, and the dragon represents the Roman Empire. Okay, dragon gave him the seat and this great authority, right? Because through the Roman Empire, America, NATO, and the EU were able to basically copy that and do the same thing all over again. Okay. Verse 3, I saw one of his heads that was wounded to death. His deadly wound was healed, and all the world wandered after the beast. Right? So saw one of his heads as a wound to death, because one of the 7 heads are what? Greece, Rome, Germania Major, Germania Minor, Britain, Spanish, and the French. And that's 7. It's all 7, right? So one of those 7 heads is the Romans, and that one fell, right? That one fell in the, I guess we say around like the 5th, what was it, 5th or 6th century? No. Or maybe it's like the 3rd century, when Constantine came around. So let's see. Constantine the Great. Yeah, 306 to 337, right? So that's like 2nd, 3rd century AD. Roundabout was when Constantine hit the scene. Constantine was a pagan, a sun worshipper, and basically all his stuff was pretty much just, he basically took the Roman pagan shit and added in some elements of Christianity, and that was the basis for his Holy Roman Empire. All right, now Christianity, right? Because what we are, we're Christians. We basically are true Christians. What we believe in is basically true Christianity. Christianity taken to its complete and logical point. Where am I getting with this? But it's not that Christianity, what we believe in, is wrong. Like people say, oh, you guys are evil. Or people say all Christians are evil, the Bible's evil. The Bible isn't evil because it's just the way people interpret it and basically twist it up. Okay? Let's see if we can get a... Let me see here. God is more just. Let's see here. There's a scripture that goes like, how can a man be more just? So this is Job 4:17. Shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? And that speaks for itself. Or shall mortal man be more just than God? No, of course not. You guys can't be more just than the Most High. Alright? The Most High is pure righteousness, man. He doesn't make mistakes like the rest of us. Alright? The way Yahushua is now, right? Because Yahushua was the first to receive that new covenant. He's that firstborn of the dead. He sits there by the Father, right? On the right hand of the Father in the spiritual world, the spiritual realm. A realm that we can't see, a realm that we can't fathom with our current mortal understanding. But it's out there, So you can't be more just than the Most High. The Most High is justice. Okay. So where I was going back into about this New World Order, right? Since we're talking about this, basically what you read about here with America, NATO, and EU, the reason why they created that conglomeration was basically to exert control over the rest of the world, and primarily over the dark races, because America, NATO, and the EU are, mostly Edomite races. All right, I think let's see here, NATO members. Let's see here, NATO. Look up here. I know in the UN is where they allow the dark races to jump in. Croatia, yeah, these are all Edomite nations. Belgium, Denmark, Czechia, Germany. Well, all these regions, a lot of these regions, well, damn, pretty much all of them originally had Israelites up and down those regions, like even as far as Czechia, all the way in the Czech. I'm pretty sure that's the Czech Republic. Czechia is the same as the Czech Republic. You had something called the Kingdom of Bohemia, which is all the way out there. And it was last Shabbat I went and I saw the movie. It's the same place. Czechia is the Czech Republic. I saw this movie called Medieval, and it talked about basically these guys called the Hussites. This is still during the time of Holy Roman Empire rulership. You had the Hussites, and you had this guy named Jan Žižka, and basically this Jan, he was basically all up and down, and he was basically fighting the Holy Roman Empire. And this Jan Žižka, he has to be a Jake. He has to be from the Holy Roman Empire as well, because he was following this thing called Hussism or Hussitism, which is basically just what do you call it? Going against the Catholics, because during this time, towards the end of the Holy Roman Empire, you had that schism between the Roman Catholic Church. I think you had it where you had two popes at one time, and that was still while Jake was ruling. But around that time period, 1600s or so, Jake's power was waning, and he was losing it. Losing it more and more and more. But yes, Israelite rulership did go that far east into the Czech Republic. Right? Look up that movie Medieval. It's a good movie. Saw it during the Shabbat. A very, very nice period piece. A bit on the action side, a bit much on the action side, but this is what you're gonna deal with when you deal with Amalekite controlled media and cinema, where you're gonna always have the movie shit and the action. Because they basically think we're so fucking stupid that we can't, watch a film about history that doesn't have action or some cheesy fucking love plot or sex or showing some fucking, thing, Amalek is he's very insulting, right? Like Esau is, man. Murder from the beginning, like Scripture talk about, because he comes back from Cain. All these Edomites, very, very disrespectful to us. So, we can go back to what we were talking about. I went off on a little bit of a tangent, but this is a camp, and I don't care. So, I wouldn't do that for a video. I try to prevent that during a video, because during a video, it's my time to show information, because all the video is just a recounting of raw information. It's really what it is when you think about it. It's raw components. You gather information in the form of knowledge, where those neuron pathways are formed in your skull, and you go out there and you recount those, and that actually helps you remember it. We're talking about it now. I'm remembering things. Verse 5, and it was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. And that 40 and 2 months exactly is 3.5 years, or the 350 years that Israel was under slavery. Yep, there we go. Israel under slavery under Esau from 1620 to 1970. And 1970 was when Elijah came back, which you know as Abba Bivens. He was the one who really started to speak out, about Israel, man, saying that we are the chosen people. And over time, right, the seals on the knowledge that's been broken, right? More and more knowledge, more and more of the Lord's Spirit has been poured out, and we've learned more and more and more. Let's just talk about knowledge has increased, right? And now, we know that the Northern Kingdom are Israelites. We know what the implantable chip is, and many more. We know about Israelite foreigners. We know that a man can look so-called white. A man can even be a follower of so-called a man can even be, Judaism. It's not really so-called Judaism. Judaism just means way of the Jews. Judaism is actually in the scriptures. When you look it up in the Greek, it just says Judaismos. That's actually in the New Testament. This means way of the Jews, right? You can have a family member that could be a so-called Jew, right? Like me and my great-grandfather, right? And you can still be an Israelite, right? Because I understand, right, that my great-grandfather was an Israelite. Right? He just happened to be following the way of the Jews, and he was Scottish, and he was an Israelite. He was in Scotland, and he was an Israelite, and I'm an Israelite. Right? So, once you get the understanding, you just pretty much understand. So that's more than likely what went down, man. And hey, man, to speak on it, man, it's beautiful to see. Just to speak on it real quick, out there in Columbus, I follow the brothers' Telegram and stuff, and I watch that stuff a lot. That I've never seen that before. It's beautiful. The elder of that camp is an Israelite foreigner. You can't tell me he ain't an Israelite, man. That brother's funny. All the brothers in that camp are funny, man. They do like little with their whiteboard videos where they stand by like a chalkboard and they teach. Like very, very beautiful, man. Got a lot of jokes, but let's get back to the lesson. And he opened his mouth to blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. Right? That's what happened. It was given unto them to make war with the saints, to overcome them, and power was given unto them of all kindreds, tongues, and nations. And this is what we're seeing right now, man. They've done this already. All right? They have power over all the nations and tongues and kindreds all over the earth. They're everywhere. All right? The new world order. This is what we're talking about here. NATO and the EU. Right, and then they use these other nations as basically their puppets and proxies, right? Such as what's a good one? Well, we know they used Iraq. This is a little known history fact. They used Iran to fight Iraq, with the Iran-Iraq war, right? I know they used Iran to help them take down Iraq as well. Really, with the Iran-Iraq war, that one, America actually funded both sides. It actually ruined the relations with Saddam Hussein, who was actually a CIA asset for years, because all those wars are basically with CIA assets that get tired of getting fucked under, and they turn against them. The same thing with Osama bin Laden, or what was his name? Was it Joseph Guzman? Was his code name or something? Man, this is many more, man. There's many fucking more. But all these guys are all they're all assets turned back, so good. Alright. So that's that. Let's see here. This is another one I'm thinking of. They gave their power into the beast. Maybe this is somewhere else in here. So, captivity, led to captivity, shall go into captivity. There's something I'm looking for here. Gave their kingdom to the beast. Revelation 17:17. So, Revelation, go back, 17:17. And then after this, I think I want to talk about, I don't know these guys per se, but the Sons of Thunder guys that are apparently running around saying that the mark of the beast is sin, which is untrue. The mark of the beast is it's not sin. It's impossible. I just want to go past some quick precepts, ones that come to mind. I'm going to be testing myself here a little bit. The mark of the beast is you can't do sin. It's not sin. Okay? Because we all sin every day, all day, even when you don't want to. Alright? I'm talking about in terms of food and stuff, right? Revelation 17:17, for the Most High hath put it in their hearts to fill this world to agree. Excellency here. Revelation 17:16, and 10 horns thou sawest upon the beast, he shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Now, when you read Ezekiel 38, it talks about how the merchants of Tarshish shall speak to Russia and say, are you going to go and make war with basically America, basically, right? Are you going to make war with America? And basically, they're gonna say, yeah, we're really doing this. And let me see here. Let me just go ahead and get that one, because you hear Slocky for me looking around. I don't have a back cover with me today. I went to the mall. I was gonna go to the mall and camp in there, but Satan had a construction crew in there, so I'll have to be here, which is better than nothing. It is better than nothing. So, okay, so move that back here. So Revelations, Ezekiel 38:10. The saith the Lord God. Come on, don't do this. There you go. And I gotta charge this. This is at 7%. Let me just charge this right now. Because I'm standing so close, I'll just put the charging bank in. Don't have to worry, it's at 100%. Since I'm speaking on it, make sure you brothers, you buy yourself a good charging bank. Alright? I bought one at Walmart like about a year ago. Actually, no. I want to say more like actually a year ago. I came to Truth about a year ago in terms of starting camping. I've been in the Truth for longer. right? But I'm talking about really being in the truth, really camping and stuff and getting into it, learning, studying, right? Let's see. Really burning the candle at both ends didn't start until a year ago. Okay, so this should be charging now. Okay, it's telling me charge it as soon as possible. Let's see. Give me a quick second.